Hello, welcome back to some 1969 APBA baseball action. Today we have the Kansas City Royals, the brand new Kansas City Royals in Oakland, who just came from Kansas City a couple years ago. I think they moved to Oakland in '68, so this would be their second year in Oakland. Game number 65 of the replay, every team, every game. So enjoying it. We'll see how far it goes. This is the second game of a doubleheader. Oakland won the first two games. In the first game of this doubleheader, Kansas City scored 6 runs in the top of the ninth for a dramatic 6-4 win. So they're looking to win the second game of the doubleheader to split the 4-game series. On the mound for the Athletics is Jim Nash. As you can see there, he's 0-1 with a .386. That would have been a start against the Chicago White Sox, who are now in Seattle. And then on the mound for the Kansas City Royals is Wally Bunker. Those of you who are fans of the channel might remember Wally Bunker as he pitched a no-hitter in, I believe it was payoff pitch on the channel. So if you want to look back in the archives, you can find that no-hitter he pitched. It was 1964. He was with the Orioles at the time, and now he's with the Royals. So those two sound a lot alike. So anyway, a good friend of the channel will be on the mound for Kansas City. I don't know if I've explained this or not, but the green die, I'm using it to let me know if the strikeout is a looking or swinging strikeout, and also using it to redirect some of where the balls are hit. So it's not changing any outcomes. It's just adding a little bit more detail to me. Most people probably wouldn't see the worth in it, but it just helps me a little bit. Like, for example, the number 7 hit on the bases empty chart is always to right. So with this die, sometimes for a right-handed hitter, that will be to left. And in other places like the 12, that ground ball to third, sometimes if it's a left-handed hitter, it'll change it to a ground ball to first. And then on the 35, the opposite, a ground ball to first, sometimes it'll change it to a ground ball to third, just making it a little bit more realistic to my mind. And again, just I roll it with the other two, so it doesn't really add anything other than me just looking at it. So at any rate, if you're wondering what that is, that's what that is. So again, without further ado, we'll get this game started. I think that's enough introduction. So leading off for the Kansas City Royals will be Pat Kelly. As you can see there, he's hitting a .182 so far. Nash is a 6 on his master grade with a Y and a Z. So 6 is a very low C, so he'll probably be spending some time in the D as in dog category. He also has the L home run modifier, which means he gives up more than his share of home runs. So I will try to remember that as those items come up. So versus right-handed pitching, Kelly's a -1, so that will keep Nash at a C as in cat. And here we go. Missed the tower right off the bat. That's about right. So we get a 46, and that's going to be a strikeout swinging. So Kelly tardy on a fastball. Maybe he should have warmed up a little bit right off the bat. We have 1 out. Up next is Jackie Hernandez, the Kansas City shortstop. He will keep Nash at a C as in cat. That's a 53. That's a 19, which is a third base check. And I'm pretty sure it's an error across the board. It is. If 2 outs, Bando is a 5, which does put him in column 1. So 2 outs would have been a ground out. But with 1 out, that's going to be a boot by Sal Bando. So E5. He is fast, so those of you who know Green is fast, yellow is average, red is slow. So go to our runner on first chart. So that brings up Joe Keogh. I believe that's how you pronounce that. He will keep Nash at a C as in cat. So here's the pitch. 1 out, 1 on. 43 is a 29. The A's are a 2 on the infield and overall. So that is going to be, actually with the Y, that's going to be a strikeout swinging. So another strikeout for Nash. Nice curveball there, and Keogh swings over the top of it. So that's 2 out with a runner on first. That brings us to Joe Foy, the Royal third baseman, right-handed hitter. He will keep Nash at a C. As you can see, Foy's off to a good start. 375, 2 bombs, 3 doubles, even walked 6 times. So he is becoming a Kansas City fan favorite here early in their existence. Looks like he might have done it again. However, that's a 9 on a C with a runner on first. That's actually going to be a ground ball down to Sal Bando. He will play this one and throw across to first for the 3rd out of the inning. So out stays 5-3. And that'll do it for Kansas City in the first. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left. We go to the bottom of the first. Kansas City nothing. Oakland coming to bat. Oh. I'm going to reward myself with a steak dinner the next time I remember to do that before the game starts. Probably not a big deal to most people. Matter of fact, some might even prefer me not do that, but I've always been a fan of Sandlot. So, as you know, I think I did a video called Getting in the Mood, and I've done a few talks about how little things like that, at least for me, adds to the excitement. Well, that is a crappy card of Wally Bunker, isn't it? Boy, I tell you that 69 top set had some problems. So let me see if I can find something better for Mr. Bunker. He's my no-hit buddy, so he deserves better than that. There, that's a little better. Somebody had made a custom-made card and felt the need to write on the card that they had made a custom-made card. But at any rate, it's better than what we had, so I can live with that. All right, leading off for the Oakland A's here in the bottom of the first is Bert Campaneris. He is hitting .238 with a couple RBI already. Bunker is an 11. He actually had a pretty good year for the Royals, as you can see there, 12-11 with a .323. He got a no decision in his first start of the year against the Twins, 1.13 ERA. So you can see there he had a pretty good game. Versus righties, Bunker will stay B as in boy against Campaneris. Here we go. 34, and that's going to be lofted out to center field. Kelly out there will track it down for out number 1. That will bring us to Hirschberger from Massillon, Ohio. I think that's up around Cleveland, I think. He'll make a 14B as in boy out of Bunker. He's hitting .227 with an RBI. Looks like he played part-time this year, didn't have a great year. And he is going to strike out swinging. So nice fastball by Bunker. Blows it by Hirschberger, out number 2. That brings us to Reginald Jackson. He is hitting .222 with 3 RBI, a double. Versus right-handers, he will knock Bunker down to a C, as he prefers the righties, being a left-handed hitter. So C is in cat for Bunker. 2 out, nobody on. 64, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Fiore at first base. He will field it cleanly and underhand to Bunker to retire Reginald Jackson. A's go in order. So this is the beginnings of the powerhouse that is to be. They still had a very good team this year, but as most of you know, was it 72, 73, and 74? They won the World Series 3 years in a row, which is quite a feat. But a lot of the pieces for that dynasty are in place here in 1969, their second year in Oakland. All right, top of the second, we got Mike Fiore, first baseman, left-handed hitter. Will take the first crack at Nash this inning. He will keep Nash at a C, as in cat. Fiore hitting 182, off to a slow start. He had a pretty good year in real life, and he's going to draw a walk. Nash does have the Z quality, but with the bases empty, you have to have a ZZ quality to avoid that walk. Second base runner of the game for Kansas City, and Fiore is of average running ability. That brings George Spriggs, who didn't play a lot this year. So far, he's 0 for 4. He'll keep Nash at a C, as in cat. One out, one on. Uh-oh, that could be trouble. So that's going to be a hard liner down the first base line. Webster's not able to get to it, the first baseman. The right fielder, Reggie Jackson, will play it in the corner. Let's see. Looks like they're going to hold Fiore up at third. So Spriggs with a double, his first base hit of the season. Puts him on second and third with nobody out. So the Royals have them a threat going here. So Spriggs is fast, so he will be on second. Average speed with Fiore at third. That brings Jerry Adair, another former Baltimore Oriole. He's hitting 071. He's off to a bad start. The Oakland infield will play back. It's early, so they'll concede the run to get some outs here. Adair will keep Nash at a C, a 6. Here is the pitch. 15, and that's going to be a walk. So he loads the bases, so at least sets up a hang on a second here. I didn't change cards. Caught myself that time. I've done that a couple times in the videos, and it bugs me to death. I hate when other players do it when I'm watching, and I hate even more when I do it. Unfortunately, the human element is part of it, but thankfully I caught myself that time. All right, so we got it's actually going to be much worse for Nash, looks like. So he got a 15 and Adair's an 8. That's going to be a single over the head of Webster at first base. And looks like everybody's going to score on that one. So Jackson will throw it into second. And that's a 2-run single for Jerry Adair. He gives him 4 runs batted in for the season. Oakland faithful not happy with that. So Royals jump out by 2. Adair is slow, according to the APBA Brain Trust. So the Royals will play it safe here. They still have nobody out, as Nash is having a very difficult time here in the second. That brings up Jim Campanis. I think that's how you pronounce his name. -3.9, so Nash still a C. C not helping him much here in the second. Campanis is 0 for 10 so far with 3 strikeouts, so he's looking for something better this at bat. He might get it there. Let's see, that's an 18. Campaneris is a 9, so he'll be in the 1 column. So he'll make a great play. Not very nice play. That's where the individual defense comes in, because if he'd have been a 2 column or a 3 column, that would have been an error. So as it is, he makes a nice play, and he'll get Campanis at first. Adair will make it to second, and the Athletics have their first out of the inning. out goes 6-3. Adair will move to second. They still will play it safe with him. 1 away, runner on second. That brings us to the pitcher, Wally Bunker, our main man. Let's see. So he's going to improve Nash to a B as in boy. Bunker, looks like an average hitting pitcher. 23 is a 29. Again, the A's are a 2. He doesn't have the K, so that's going to be a grounder to Webster at first base as Bunker lay on a fastball, slaps it the other way. He'll underhand to Nash covering. Adair will make it to third, and there's 2 out. Let's go 3-1. So 2 out, runner on third. With him on third, will not play it safe. So business as usual here this at bat, and that brings the top of the order. And Pat Kelly, he was a strikeout victim in his first at bat of the game. He will keep Nash at a C as in cat. Here is the delivery. 51 is a 9 on a C. That's going to be a deep fly ball to center field. That would have been deep enough to score the run if they were not 2 outs, but there is. Hirschberger will track it down a couple steps from the warning track, and that will do it for the Royals in the second. So they get 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left. We go to the bottom of the second. The Royals have jumped out 2-0. So hopefully everybody don't mind the pace. I know some YouTubers, the games are a lot quicker and than what I do, but I from the very beginning, and most of you have been very understanding about this, and I appreciate it that I kind of just do what I do, just sharing what I do. And so for me to enjoy being able to put this on YouTube, I have to kind of play at my own pace, and this is kind of how I play. It's even worse when I'm playing by myself. I'll, take a break and look at stats, and if there's a player that interests me, I'll go to, I always have Baseball Reference open, but I'll go and look up their history or read their biography. And so it's even more leisurely when I'm not playing on YouTube. So I appreciate everybody. The thing about YouTube, you can always pause it or fast forward it or come back later. It's not like you're held hostage and you have to watch it from beginning to end. So, for those who, like the pace, they can kind of follow along, and those who don't, they can fast forward to where they want to be. At any rate, that's kind of how I roll. So here we go, the bottom of the second. We've got Sal Bando, Danny Cater, and Webster, the first baseman, due up. Sal Bando from Cleveland, Ohio, will take his place in the right-handed batter's box. He's hitting .222 with 1 home run, 5 runs driven in already. Versus a right-handed pitcher, he's a -4, so that's not enough. Bunker is a low B. He's an 11. So 4's not quite enough to get him out of that B range. Close. So here we go, righty versus righty. 23 is a 26, and that's a ground ball hit down to Adair. He plays it on a nice short hop and throws him out for out number 1. 4-3. Danny Cater from Austin, Texas, will take his place in the batter's box. This isn't a great card, but at least he has the right uniform on. You can see the green and gold in his uniform, but so I can live with this one. I prefer seeing the hat and the uniform, but all right. So B as in Bunker is the rating for Bunker on this one. 63, and that's a line drive to center field. Kelly will take a few steps to the left center field gap and catch it with 2 hands, as they did in those days, for out number 1. Actually, out number 2. And that brings us Raymond Webster, left-handed hitting first baseman. He's had a pinch hit and got a hit in that one pinch hit, so this will be his first start of the season. Versus righties, he will keep bunker at a B as in boy. 2 out, nobody on. 65, and that's going to be hit down to Fiore at first base. He'll have time to take it himself, and that will retire the side. So for the second inning in a row, the A's have been retired in order by Mr. Bunker. We go to the third. Kansas City 2, Oakland 0. Time for a drink of coffee. All right. 2, 3, and 4 scheduled here for Kansas City in the third. Jackie Hernandez, he reached on an E5 back in the first. Nash will stay a C as in cat for this at bat. And 22, 8, and that's going to be a line drive to left center field. That will fall in front of Cater. He'll fire it back in. Hernandez takes a nice turn at first. Turns to the bag with a base hit. So Hernandez has fast running ability. That brings up Joe Keogh. He struck out in his first effort of the game. Still a C for Nash. 41, a 28. That's the third baseman. Campaneris is a column 1. He has a 9. So 28. That's going to be hit down to Campaneris in the hole. He fires to second baseman Green, who plays it like a first baseman with a stretch. Just get Hernandez, and not enough time to get Keogh, so that will be a 6-4 fielder's choice. Keogh has average running ability. So another thing I do that kind of slows it down a little bit is keeping score. But again, it's just, I thought about maybe playing the game and then entering the stats later, but that just wouldn't work for me. Again, most of you are familiar with my Bob Carpenter scorebook. I love these things. They're a little expensive. I mean, per page, it's really not. You get 200 games per book. I think this is the radio version. So per page, it's really not bad, but I've just come to almost can't play a game of any baseball sim without it. All right, Foy will keep Nash at a C as in cat. We got 1 out. Keogh on at first base. Foy grounded out to third to end the first. That's a 42, and that's going to be 2 balls as Nash has the Z. So Nash with good control. So 2 balls on Foy. And a walk would have been better. Looks like Foy's got something he can hit. 54, that's a 6. He is a C. And that's going to be hit down the right, or the third base line, past Sal Bando, down into the left field corner. Cater, the left fielder, chases it. And they're going to hold Keogh up at second, or at third rather. That's going to be the 4th double for Foy. Again, he is having a phenomenal year so far for these expansion Royals, and so they've got him on second and third with 1 out. Again, double number 4. I'm pretty sure that is good enough for the lead, major league lead. So at this point, they're going to bring the infield in for Mike Fiore. 1 out. You got runners on second and third. Keogh, as we know, is average. Foy is fast. Tempted to walk Fiore here. Again, I don't do intentional walks very often. I think they're going to set up the force. I think that's what they're going to do. So they're going to give Fiore an intentional pass. That's the second walk for Fiore. He is of average speed as well. So we've got bases loaded. So they're going to play the infield back, hoping for the double play. And George Spriggs, who had a double in his first at bat, will take his crack here at Nash. Nash will stay a 6, which is a C as in cat. You got 1 out, bases loaded. 44 is an 8 on a C, and that's not going to be good. That's going to be a single through short, just out of Campaneris' reach. We don't have any slow runners on the bases, so runners advance 2 bases. So Keogh will score. Foy will score. Fior will make it to third with a slide and the tag, and he's in there. And Kansas City jumps out 4-0, so they're working hard to tie this series at 2 apiece. That might be it for Nash. He doesn't appear to have it today. Second base hit for Spriggs. So you got him on the corners for Jerry Adair. So you got the average and fast. Runners on the corners. I think they'll give him one more shot here. So they're going to again play the infield. I think they're going to do the corners in to see if they can at least cut off on the corners, cut off the run, and then hope for the double play up the middle. Adair has a 2-run single himself today. Nash will stay at a C. Again, this may be the last batter for Nash if he's not able to be successful. 54 is a 32. That's hit out to Reggie Jackson in right field, and that's going to be shallow enough that Fior's not able to advance. So a big second out there. Jackson just rated a 1. So APBA doesn't think much of Reggie Jackson's right fielding ability in 1969. So anyway, that's a fly out, not deep enough to advance. So a big second out there. That brings us Jim Campanis. -3, he'll keep a C. Runners on first and third, 2 out. Campanis grounded out to short in his first at bat. 25 is an 18. Again, actually with runners on first and third, that's going to be a hit by pitch across the board. So Campanis gets plunked to load the bases. Hit batters, so we got the bases loaded for Wally Bunker, the pitcher. Wally grounded out to first in his first effort of the day. So Briggs is fast. Campanis is slow, so we're going to not play anything safe. They're far enough ahead and there's 2 outs. They're going to be a bit more aggressive. Bunker with a -5 will improve Nash to a B as in boy. And here we go. 35 is a strikeout looking. So nice fastball on the outside corner. Bunker won't argue, and that will do it. That's the 3rd strikeout for Nash this afternoon. So he is able to avert further damage. However, the Royals add 2 to the lead on 1, 2, 3 base hits. There were no errors. They left 3 on. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, 4-0 Kansas City. Okay. Seven, 8, and 9. The Oakland manager might have to consider whether to pinch hit for Nash. It's kind of early in the game, and again, they tried to get more innings out of their starters in those days, so we'll see what he decides to do. Right now, he doesn't know. All right, Green versus a right-hander is a -2, so that'll keep Bunker at a 13, which is still a B. Got again, the first 6 has been retired in order by Bunker. Here is his delivery. That's a 45, and that's going to be a walk. So first walk given up by Bunker. Matter of fact, that's the first base runner period, so there goes the perfect game. Dick Green on first. He has average base running ability. Phil Roof getting his first start at the Athletics here in the second game of the doubleheader. Versus righties, he'll be a 13, so still a B as in boy for Bunker. 21, and he strikes out swinging. Nice change up there by Bunker. Roof fooled on it, expecting something quicker. Swings over the top of it. Second strikeout today for Bunker. Both swinging. And that gives us Nash. I think they're going to go ahead and let him hit. And it's early in the game. So Nash, now do you have him bunt? I think they're going to. Of course, well, they're going to go ahead and let him try to hit away. A little risky. But 2 outs and runner on second is not going to help him a lot. So let's just see what happens. You never know. Anybody with a bat's dangerous. However, this time he strikes out looking. So Bunker buckles his knees with a curve. That one floats right over the plate as Nash was bailing a bit. So first strikeout looking. Third total. We got 2 out for Bert Campaneris. He flew out to center field in his first at bat. Let's see, still a B as in boy for Bunker. 16's a 28, and that's a ground ball to Hernandez, who's not a great fielder, but he will make this play and throw on to Fiore at first in the inning. So out, stays 6-3. So no runs, no hits, no errors. They do leave 1 runner on. We've played 3 here at Oakland Coliseum. 4-0 Kansas City Royals. Top of the order for Jim Nash and the Oakland Athletics to face. Kelly is 0 for 2 so far this afternoon. A C for Nash. 61 is a 40, and he's not a W, so that's a foul ball. Strike 1. 33, and looks like Kelly gets one to hit. 52, and that's going to be a single to right. So he hit it on the screws. Jackson will play it on a hop. Consider throwing to first, but thinks different of it and throws it on to second. So Nash's woes continue. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it together. Leadoff single for the Royals. Kelly, with his first base hit, is fast. That brings us to Jackie Hernandez. Still a C for Nash. 36, 33, they are a 2. He's not a K, so that's popped up on the infield. Just in fair ground, Bando will call for it and play it for out number 1. So Hernandez not able to get on top of that one. Pops out to this third baseman, 1 away. Joe Keogh, will stay a C. Runner on first, 1 out. Keogh hit into a fielder's choice and struck out. 43 is a 29. He is a Y, so that's a strikeout looking. So nice fastball in the inside corner. Keogh not sure about that call, but he's not going to argue. Strikeout number 4 today for Nash. His first one looking, as the other 3 have been swinging. So 2 away for the Kansas City Babe Ruth. Joe Foy from New York, New York. He hit his 4th double back in the 3rd. So 2 out, runner on first. Nash will stay a C. 32, and that's going to be a ground ball to Green at second base. He plays it up the middle, and he'll go the short way to Campaneris for the fielder's choice and to end the inning. 4-6. Oakland Athletics coming up. Kansas City have left a total of 6 runners on base, so it could be much worse. All right. Bottom of the 4th, Hirschberger. We got 2, 3, and 4 due up for Oakland. Hirschberger was a strikeout victim in his first effort of the game. Bunker will stay a B as in boy. 42, and that's a strikeout swinging. So nice fastball there, up and in on the strike zone. Hirschberger not able to catch up to it. Strikeout number 4 for Bunker. 1 away. Reggie Jackson. He will move Bunker down to a C. Reggie grounded out to Fiore in his first at bat at first base. 35 is a 42, and he gets plunked. So you have to wonder if maybe that was in retaliation to Kansas City getting plunked earlier. But hit by pitch for Jackson nonetheless. Second base runner for today for Oakland. So hit by pitch, hit batter. Reggie is a fast. Runner on first for Sal Bando. He grounded out to second base. -4, 15, so that'll be a B, a high B, but a B nonetheless for Sal Bando. And Bunker's confrontation. 63, and that's a fly ball out to Kelly in center field. And he will track it down for out number 2 as Reggie heads back to first. Two away for Danny Cater. He flew out to center field in his first at bat. We got 2 out. Reggie Jackson on first with good speed. -2, 13, so a B for Bunker. And 25, and that's going to be a hard grounder to Adair. Would have been a double play opportunity, but he'll go to first with it, and that will do it for the Athletics in the 4th. It stays 4-3. So the Athletics having a hard time figuring out Bunker. Through 4, they are scoreless. They've left their second runner on. We go to the 5th. Kansas City enjoying a 4-run lead. So Nash started off last inning rough, but was able to get out of it. We'll see what he can do here in the 5th. We'll start with Mike Fiore, and he'll stay as C as in cat. Fiore has walked twice, once intentionally. 54, and that's pulled out to Jackson in right field. He takes a few steps to his right, and that will do it for Mr. Fiore. 1 away. Gerald Spriggs having quite a day. As you can see, he didn't do much this year, but he's having a day he can remember as he's doubled and then singled in 2 runs. Versus a righty. Bunker or Nash will stay at a C as in cat. He does it again. Dice, you just never know, do you? So with him being a C, that's going to be hit the other way. Actually, he pulls that one to right center field over the head of Green. Hirschberger will cut it off, and Spriggs will be on with his 3rd hit of the game. I don't think he probably didn't have 3 hits all year, but he's having himself a game today. So he's fast. We got 1 out for Jerry Adair, runner on first. Adair has got a 2-run single and flied out in his efforts today. A C is in cat for Nash. Here is the delivery. 31 is a 9 on a C, and that's going to be hit down to Bando. He kind of muffles it, so he will only be able to go to Webster to get out number 2 as Spriggs will slide into second safely. So that's going to be a ground out. Let's see, he is out. Goes to second, 5-3. All right, so Spriggs with good speed will be in scoring position. 2 away for the 8th place hitter, Jim Campanis. Runner on second. Chart we need. -3, 9, so that's still a C. Could intentionally walk him, but I think the pitcher hits just about as good as Campanis does. Campanis was plunked back in the third. 36 is a 33, and that's popped up on the infield. Campaneris will communicate to his compatriots that he has it, and they will agree for the third out of the inning. It looks like Nash is settling down, perhaps. Another base runner, but he was stranded at second base. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Oakland down by 4, trying to figure out Mr. Bunker. So far, hate to jinx him, but he's got a no-hitter going. Could 2 no-hitters by the same pitcher with 2 different game engines and 2 different teams happen? That would be noteworthy. All right. Raymond Webster will start off versus a righty, -1, so Bunker will be a B as in boy. Webster grounded out to first in the second. 61 as a 24, and that's going to be a hard grounder over to Hernandez. He will field it behind second base. Fire on to Fiore to get Webster by a step. So nice play by Hernandez, not normally known for his defense. Made a pretty good play there for out number 1. Dick Green, he has the only walk today issued by Bunker. -2, so still a 13, a B as in boy for Bunker. 21, and he strikes out swinging. So strikeout number 5 for Bunker. Green whiffs for out number 2. Two-way, nobody on for Phil Roof. He was a strikeout victim back in the third. -2, still a B for Bunker. Here is the delivery. 2 out, nobody on. And that could be our first base hit. He's a B, an 8. Nope, that's hit hard. Kelly coming on in center field will make a shoestring catch for the third out of the inning. So 22-8, just double check that because these no-hitters are important. But yep, he's a B in this at bat, and it's a fly out to center field. So Bunker continues to confound the Oakland Athletics. So fly out 8. They go in order for the third time today. We go to the 6th. Still 4-0 Kansas City Royals. Wally Bunker due up here in the top of the 6th. -5, so he'll improve Nash to a B as in boy. Bunker is grounded out and struck out. 65, 35, and that's going to be hit down to Webster at first once again. He'll take it himself this time. 1 away. Bunker once again tardy on a fastball. Made contact, but Webster there to field it. Top of the order, and Kelly, he singled his last at bat. He will keep Nash a C as in cat. 16 is a 28, and that's going to be a little slow roller to short. Campaneris will charge, and he'll nip the speedy Kelly by a hair. 2 away. 2 out, nobody on for Jackie Hernandez. He is 1 for 3 today. Still a C for Nash. And there goes the die, 26. And he strikes out swinging. So strikeout number 5 for Nash. And the Royals go in order, I think, for the first time today. Yeah. So looks like Nash might be getting ahead of steam, riding the ship, as they say. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Oakland faithful here wanting some offense. They've got Nash due up. Still kind of early in the game. Let's look, consult the bones here. Let's see. he actually, in real life, Nash pitched a complete game shutout. So it's the roll, and Oakland won this game 3-0. Roles are reversed today. They're going to go ahead and let him hit. Still early, and looks like he's still got some gas in the tank, so we'll see what he can do. -2, so that still will be a B as in boy for Bunker in this confrontation. Nash struck out looking. His first at bat. 62, and he strikes out swinging this time. So at least he made the effort this time. So strikeout number 6 for Bunker. Quickly 1 away. For Bert Campaneris, he is 0 for 2. So he'll keep Bunker at a B as in boy. And that's going to be hit down to Fiore at first base. Campaneris got good wood on it, going the other way, but he will take it to the bag himself as he waves off Bunker. 2 away. Hirschberger struck out twice. B as in boy again for Bunker in this at bat. 53, that's a 17, which is a check of our right fielder. Keogh is not a very good one, so that's going to drop for a single. Hirschberger hits it on a line, and Keogh tries to field it, and he muffs it, gets under his glove. He'll chase it down, and Hirschberger will slide into second with a single and an error. So there goes the no-hitter, everybody. So that's the right fielder as Hirschberger makes good contact, and Keogh not able to field it cleanly. That's the second error today. First one by Kansas City. So at an E9 on Keogh. Hirschberger has good speed, so the A's finally have something going here. Runner on second, and Reggie Jackson, their best hitter, as you can see. He had a very good year. Struck out a lot, but I think Reggie has the record for most strikeouts in history, if I remember my stats correctly. So he'll knock Bunker down to a C as in cat. There's 2 out. Runner on second. Hirschberger with good speed. Reggie Jackson digs in the left-handed batter's box. Bunker looks in to Campanis for the sign, and here is the delivery. Uh-oh. Reggie hits one high, and he hits it deep.
Back, gone.
And the Oakland faithful celebrate. So Reggie got a hold of that one. That would be his first dong of the season, and Athletics are making a game of it. So how about that? I imagine that'll be an earned run. Or I know the home run will, but the Hirschberger, because he was singled, so he'd have scored either way. So Bunker running into a bit of trouble here in the 6th. First home run of the season for Jackson. 2 RBI. And Sal Bando will be up with nobody on. 2 out. So he -4. He'll keep Bunker at a B. Looks like there might be some movement down in the Kansas City bullpen. 44 is an 8, and that's going to be hit on a line, but right to Kelly in center field for the 3rd out of the inning. So thanks to Reggie Jackson's home run, the Athletics have cut the lead in half. Get 2 runs, 2 hits, an error, nobody left on. We go to the 7th. It is now 4-2 Kansas City. All right, so they're going to keep a short leash on Nash as they have a game going now. Again, he is not allowed any runs since the 3rd. He's got 3, 4, and 5 due up. Keogh, who made that error, will be looking to atone for his sins. So -2, that'll be a C as in cat for Nash. 51, and he's going to draw a walk. So Nash does have the Z quality, but not the ZZ. So that's the third walk given up by Nash today. Not what you want to do when you've just been given a couple of runs. So Keogh is of average running ability. That brings up Joey Foy, the most dangerous hitter in the Kansas City lineup right now. So he's still a C. So this may be Nash's last batter if he's not able to get Foy. 64, and I think he got him. So they're a 2 on a 12. He's not a W, so that's a tailor-made ground ball to Campaneris. He'll shovel to Green, who makes a nice pivot and avoids Keogh coming into second. Fires to Webster, and Foy is hit into a 6-4-3 double play. So that takes the winds out of their sail. 4-3. So 2 away. 6-4-3. And nobody on for Mike Fiore. Versus righties, he will keep Nash at a C as in cat. 25 is a 9 on a C, and that's going to be popped up on the infield. Not very high. Bando is there to retrieve it to end the inning. 7th inning stretch time here at Oakland. Our trivia question: name the starting shortstop for the 1978 Boston Red Sox team. I should know this. I'm thinking Harrelson, but I think he probably was before that. Let's see. Rick Burleson. Well, I had the son part right, and Burleson may have been who I was thinking of, but at any rate, I will give myself a failure on that one. All right, bottom of the 7th. Kansas City up by 2. Bunker still on the mound. Lost his no-hitter and his shutout last inning. We'll focus his attention on Danny Cater. Cater's 0 for 2 today. He'll keep Bunker at a B as in boy. 62, and that's going to be a fly ball out the opposite way. Keogh will track it down into the right center field gap as it was hit high and pretty deep, but he was able to get it for out number 1. That brings us to Raymond Webster. Again, Bunker will stay as a B as in boy. Here is delivery. Webster 0 for 2 today. 56-34. And that's going to be a strikeout swinging. So strikeout number 7 for Bunker, as he has a nice fastball still working pretty good. Some of these athletic hitters having a hard time catching up to it. Webster might have been expecting something else there, but at any rate, he comes up empty, 2 away. Dick Green will take his place, 2 out, nobody on. Still a B as in boy for Bunker. 42-22, and they are a 2 on the infield. So that's a ground ball to Fiore at first, and he will field it in the hole. Nice backhand play. He'll fire on to Bunker covering first. Doing a good job doing that, and they'll retire Green by a step. 3-1. Well, the A's go in order. We go to the top of the 8th, still 4-2 Kansas City Royals. So nice job by Bunker to recover. Let's see, Nash is due up second, so they'd like to get him through this inning, but again, that 2-run lead, they're going to have a short fuse, and here comes the Kansas City Babe Ruth, George Spriggs, having a career day, or at least for this year anyway. He's 3 for 3. Still a C for Nash. 34 this time, and that's going to be a fly ball hit high out to center field. Hirschberger will not have any trouble as we've got a cloudy day here, so he will field that one from the heavens for out number 1. Jerry Adair, he's got a 2-run single and 3 at-bats. There's 1. He'll keep Nash at a C. Uh-oh. Nash gives Adair something he's able to handle. 42, and that's going to be a line drive into the gap in left center field. Cater and Hirschberger will chase it to the wall, and they will throw it back in, and Adair will be standing with his first double of the year on second base. Oh dear, so what do you do here? Again, Nash is due up second, so you'd like to get him through the lineup. He's got the bottom of the lineup here, and they're not going to pinch hit for Bunker, I'm pretty sure. So I think they're going to see if he can get out of this pickle. Again, he's not pitched a bad game. Not as good as Bunker, obviously, but so Campus is a -3, or Campanis rather, so he'll be a C still. Runner on second. Adair is slow. And so here we go. Nash trying to keep this deficit to 2. 65, 35, and he's not a W. So with a runner on second, that's hit high and foul ground along the third base line. Lots of foul room here in Oakland. And so Bando will pick that one off, whereas a lot of other ballparks that would have been out of play. So 2 out. That brings us Wally Bunker, and they are indeed going to let him hit as he's pitching a good game. 2 out. Adair at second. Bunker will improve Nash to a B as in boy. Make sure I'm showing the cards here. They're the star of this thing. 13, and that's a strikeout looking. So Bunker fooled on a curve there. Will retreat to the dugout. Strikeout number 6 for Nash as he's able to keep the lead to 2, or the deficit to 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 4-2 Kansas City Royals. Got a good game going here today. All right, Bunker will roof, and then definitely a pinch hitter. So Roof is 0 for 2. Both of his efforts this afternoon. Be a B as in boy for Bunker. 34, and that's a fly ball out to left center field. Spriggs and Kelly converge on it. It's hit really high, and Kelly will wave off Spriggs and catch it for out number 1. So definitely a pinch hitter here as Nash gets a half-hearted round of applause. He didn't pitch horrible. I'll pause it and be right back with our pinch hitter. Hank Bauer, the Oakland manager, has called on Rick Monday, left-handed hitting outfielder, to pinch hit. He is hitting .273 so far in 11 at-bats, 3 walks. He has fast speed if he's able to get on base. Bunker looking into Campanis. Here is his delivery. 63, and that's going to be a strikeout swing. So Monday overpowered by Bunker. That's strikeout number 8 for Bunker. And there's 2 out. That brings us to Bart Campaneris. He is 0 for 3. And still a B as in boy for Bunker. He's been most of the day. 16, and that's a ground ball to short. Hernandez fields it cleanly and throws him out to retire the side as they go in order for the 2nd inning in a row. So after that rough 6th inning, Bunker's getting back to business as he retires the next 7 in order. 6-3. We go to the top of the 9th. Kansas City still enjoying a 2-run lead. I will pause it as we find a new pitcher for the Oakland Athletics. Hank Bauer has called on lefty Paul Lindblad to take the mound. This will be his first outing of the year from, is that Chanute, Kansas? So he has the top of the Kansas City lineup to deal with. Got lefty versus lefty. Looks like Pat Kelly hit versus lefty, so they're going to keep him in versus lefties. He loses 4-10, so that's still a C for Lindblad on this at bat. Kelly is 1 for 4 today. 64-12, and that's going to be a ground ball hit down to Bando at third as Kelly goes the other way with it. He fields it in the hole, twists and turns, and here is the peg. And Kelly out by half a step, maybe even a quarter, as he was hustling down the line. Has good speed, but Bando able to make the play for out number 1. Jackie Hernandez, who is 1 for 4. See what he can do versus the lefty from Arkansas, or Kansas, I mean. Minus 4-10, so still a C for Lindblad. 31, and he's going to draw a walk. So 5th walk of the year. Hernandez not a great walker, but he's been getting some here early in the 1969 campaign. He is of average speed. Nope, he's of fast speed. Runner on first, 1 out for Joe Keogh. Keogh's 0 for 3. He just scored a run versus lefties. He's actually a little better versus lefties, so he will have no change. Still a C for Lindblad. Here is the pitch. 1 on, 1 out. 51 is a 14, and he does not have the Z modifier, so that's going to be his second walk. So Lindblad not making the Oakland faithful happy, as he's threatening to make their deficit more than 2. That brings up Foy. Foy's 1 for 4 with a double. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Fast, and Keogh is of average speed. So looking for the double play. Lindblad still a C on this at bat. 45, and that's going to be another walk. So he has walked the bases loaded. So he's got a couple lefties, so they're going to let him see if he can get out of this pickle. Got 2 left again. The next 2 batters are lefties. Let's see. I think they're going to play back for the double play here too. You could say that it might be good to do the corners in, but we'll see if that strategy works or not. Pretty good speed on the bases. Bases loaded. Lefty versus lefty. Fior not great versus lefties. We'll make a B as in boy out of Lindblad. Fior is 0 for 2 with a couple walks. Here we go. 21, and he strikes him out swinging. So nice job by Lindblad to get his second out of the inning. 1 more, and he is out of the woods, so to speak. So 2 out, and that brings up Spriggs. Now here, got to think that they would pinch hit for Spriggs. You just believe they would. Let's see. So Spriggs is playing left field. Tommy Reynolds is their normal left fielder. He's not with the team yet. Got Tartable. He's not with the team. Oh, I got the wrong team. I'm looking at. Yeah, I was looking at the A's. All right. Actually, Lou Piniella. So they're going to bring in Lou to pinch hit for Spriggs. You just think they would do that. So there's Sweet Lou. Lou Piniella. And they got to think would the A's counter with a righty here. So he'll be a pinch hit and a lefty. So that's it for Spriggs. We got to find Pinella's card. There's Sweet Lou. Sweet Lou is of average running ability. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Is they're going to get a righty, so I will pause it here as we find a right-handed pitcher for the Athletics. Hank Bauer has called on Raleigh Fingers from Steubenville, Ohio. Raleigh is a 7 on his master grade with a Z modifier. He does have the L, so he will give up his fair share of taters, more than his fair share. So the base is loaded, 2 outs. Lou Piniella pinch hitting. Raleigh Fingers on to face Piniella. I don't normally do this, but I think when you bring in a reliever in the middle of the inning and he is facing the same side, that he's supposed to get a boost. So I'm going to go ahead and do that this time. I haven't been doing any boost or fatigues or anything, just kind of managing the pitching staffs as I think the managers would, but been trying to incorporate that. So we'll go ahead and give Fingers a boost. So let's see, versus a righties, a -3, a 10, so that will move him up to the B range. So we'll do that, and I'll try that for a little while and see if I like that rule or not. All right, so Fingers with a B. Lou Piniella hitting .211 so far. Here is the pitch. 55 is an 8 on a B. The bases loaded, and that that boost, if we had stayed at the C, that would have been a 2-run single. But with that boost, that actually became a strikeout. Strikeout swinging. So the first time I used that, it makes a big difference. So how about that? I said we'll try it and see if I like it. So with the boost, he strikes out Piniella, and that will do it for the threat. So crowd happy about that. So Piniella will stay in to play left. And Wally Bunker will see if he can seal the deal. You get no runs, no hits, no errors. They left the bases loaded full of walks. Kansas City up by 2. They've got the A's have 2, 3, and 4 due up. Wally Bunker pitching a fine game. Kansas City got some bullpen action just in case he's not able to deliver. So Hirschberger will lead off versus a righty, -3. So he's still a B. Hirschberger 1 for 3 today. Most of the folks here at Oakland hanging in here. Again, we had 11,264 for today's Titanic Struggle. And again, this is the second game of a doubleheader, so long day for these folks. But here is getting to the end of it. 32 is a 26. That's a ground ball down to Adair, and he will field it cleanly for out number 1. Quickly 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. That brings up Reggie Jackson, hit his first bomb of the season back in the 3rd, or the 6th rather. That gives him 5 runs batted in for the year. He will move Bunker down to a C as in cat. 36, and he's going to draw a walk. That's walk number 7 issued or by that Reggie has received this year. So that brings the tying run to the plate in Sal Bando. Reggie on first with good speed. See if Kansas City has a closer as such. Again, 69. Some teams did and some didn't. They got Mo Drabowski, who's a right-handed pitcher. I don't know if he may be tired. He's pitched a little bit. Let's look at Drabowski. Yeah, he's tired. So I am going by Strat's tired on the relievers. So he's not going to be available. They got Hedlund, who's not bad. Let's see what Bunker can do. All right, so you got runner on first. Reggie Jackson with good speed. 1 out. Sal Bando, who's 0 for 3 today. The tying run. Get back to my screen here so I can make sure that everything looks good. All right. 25 is an 8 on a C. Oh, Oh, that's a single to center field, and Jackson will hold up at second. 25. Yep, again. Oh, hang on a second. I'm sorry. We got to get this right. So Bando is a -4, so that will make, actually that'll make him a B, not a C. I was looking at the lefty, so caught that one too. So again, versus Bunker versus righties, he's -4, which means you add 4 to, and that makes him a B. So a 25 with an 8 on a B, that's going to be a ground out to Foy. He will only have the play at first. Jackson will make it to second, and there's 2 out. I'm glad I caught that. Again, I hate mistakes. It happens. It's just inevitable, but I'd like to make as few as I can. All right, so that puts Jackson at second. Bando is the second out of the inning, and that brings us to Danny Cater, still the tying run. Jackson is at second base. Danny Cater, our second base chart, versus a righty. He's a -2, so that's still a B as in boy for Bunker. Here is the pitch. Cater 0 for 3 today. 2 out, runner at second. 32 to 26, and that's going to be ground ball to Jerry Adair. And he will field it cleanly and throw on to first. And that is our ball game. So that was a fun game. I enjoyed that very much. I hope you did too. I appreciate everybody who watches these things. So we'll look at our box score. Let's see. I'll get it where you guys can see it, I hope. There we go. All right, so the Royals win 4-2. They improved to 3-3 on the year. The A's dropped to 3-3, and they've split the series 2 apiece as the A's took the first 2, and then the Royals were victorious in both games of this doubleheader on Sunday afternoon. Bunker gets the win. 9 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeout. He improves to 1-0. Nash, who didn't pitch horrible, took the loss as he drops to 0-2. Let's see. Who would we say would be the star of the game? You got maybe Bunker. I'm going to go with Spriggs. He probably will not be the star of the game anymore this year, and he had a fine game. He had 3 hits, 2 runs driven in. He had a double, and so we'll give him the star of the game as the Royals are victorious 4-2. So let's see. Again, this is Sunday, April the 13th, so it looks like Kansas City goes to Seattle for a game on Monday. Oakland, who's been at home all along, looks like they are going to host Minnesota, so their homestand will continue. They're off tomorrow, which is Monday, and then they will host Minnesota on Tuesday. So that'll be a good game. Minnesota obviously was the American League West champions, and Oakland came in second. So that'll be a good matchup. That'll be fun. So at any rate, appreciate it very much. Always enjoy the comments. I appreciate any suggestions. Again, I may or may not be able to incorporate them, but I still love to hear them. And I also appreciate the feedback of those who are enjoying this. I obviously enjoy it. Those of you who are enjoying this, I appreciate that feedback as well. Obviously the likes and the comments, makes you want to keep doing this. So I'm glad that you're enjoying it, because I know I am. So at any rate, I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you next time.